Kage here with a new inspired thing that came to me during a um, night of drinking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a bottle of Bacardi rum that's empty, and it was more than a liter. I almost chugged actually. I don't know why. I have a problem. But rather than therapy, I'm just gonna buy shit that helps numb the pain. So, speaking of numbing pain, let's do what if Deku became a hit? Not Deku, fuck. What if Naruto became a hitman? Now, how this works is very simple, and yes, I totally just cut out a Naruto head and put it on Hit's body, but our story goes really, really normal in canon to the some degrees, where instead of the Land of Waves arc, picture the Land of Snow arc. Not the Land, yeah, the Land of Snow, the movie. But wouldn't that mean Naruto has the Rasengan, Sasuke has Chidori and Sharingan and all this other bullshit? Well, yes, out of the canon that Kakashi actually teaches them some bullshit. Sakura is actually more useful to some degree, but she is actually not as kind to Naruto as, yeah. Kakashi pretty much would leave a clone with Naruto and then show him once, leave. But that's what I mean by instructions. You know, after he'd mastered the steps of the Rasengan. Because he had asked for the Chidori, but he never got the Chidori. You know, Kakashi was at first confused on why, but yeah. But, you know, he wasn't too surprised that Naruto could catch on really fast because though Naruto can't remember, Naruto had seemingly been a true genius with the Genkai Genkais inherited by Kushina and Minato. And you heard me right, there's also some changes. But Kakashi's sad because Order of the Elders, you know, the three elders, and Lord Hiruzen, and Lord Third Hiruzen, they had to seal it away for concerns that it might affect him in the QB, since that's still a thing. However, so the bridge building arc has not happened yet. It's still a shitstorm, and everything is going like that. However, to continue on with the story, and this is, so you guys can see, The Punisher by Buried Alive. It's just on my like songs right now. It's connected to my Xbox. My Xbox was a gift by somebody, and that's why I still have it. I didn't buy it. Well, I bought it, but I didn't buy it. It's weird. It's like the gift was a gift, but not a gift. I don't know how to explain. Don't need to explain that actually. Let's just go back to this. What if? Anyway, Naruto was very proficient in his missions with Sasuke and Sakura. Those two actually seem to have gotten closer. I'm actually making Sasuke more open to Sakura because Sakura realized if she actually was strong, she could maybe win over Sasuke. So she had begged Kakashi to find someone to train her, and she had actually been trained by Anko, and Anko had taught Sakura, and yeah. So Sakura actually already has a summoning contract with the snakes, and Sasuke had made a contract with, you know, the hounds. But Naruto does not have a summoning contract, which he does feel left out of. Another thing that annoys the fuck out of him is the fact that, you know, Kakashi's still paying more attention to Sasuke, and now also Sakura. You know, there was a meeting about the Chunin exams, and yeah, that's still gonna happen, but here's where the training, you know, they get told 2 months ahead of time before the Chunin exams. And Naruto says, bet, can you train me, Kakashi? Saying, I have to train Sasuke, and Anko's training, you know, Sakura. Yes, Kakashi X Anko in this one. Going on with it, as, unfortunately, we back. And as I was saying earlier, everything's still pretty much going as canon, with some slight differences on who will be attending the Chunin exams, where all the 5 nations are sending in groups. You know, the Leaf has their village, the Mist is sending in some, And this is where Haku will be introduced with a few other characters. The Stone is sending their ninjas. They're sending their two Jinchurikis with the Tsuchikage's granddaughter as his squad. So I aged down Hanzo and Roshi like a motherfucker. They were grown ass men, and I changed that shit. Also, Utakata will be on Haku's team as the Water Tail Jinchuriki, and Yagara, he is no longer the Three Tails Jinchuriki, as now we have Guren, the new Three Tails Jinchuriki with her rare crystal style in the water mist. Yes, she has her own team with Suigetsu. Yeah, Suigetsu is on her team. Karin is on Haku's team for their sensory and healing one. As the final person who will be on... fuck. I just had her name. Not Karu. No, Guren. Guren, Suigetsu, and... Fuck. Oh, I just had her name. She was another filler character. That's why I wanted to think, oh, yeah, might as well use the filler characters. They're not really used. Rietsu from the Blood Prison movie. So she has white hair, this weird ringed pattern eyes, and she's efficient with fire style usage. So weird that she's in the land of water or the hidden mist, but yeah. As the Lightning Country, they're sending in, Yugito, Samui, Karu, Amoi, and what was the other guy's name? Hold up. I'm probably going to mispronounce it, but I'm going to say Mabu. The aide of the Rikage, I'm going to just say she's also aged down a little bit. She's a very proficient sensory type ninja in this one, just because. And let me see, that would make 5 ninjas. Oh yes! The final twist of the cloud is their special Uzumaki, Karin. I decided to put Karin in that one, since I have Suigetsu, Rietsu, Haku, Utakata, and then Guren all in the Hidden Mist. And I already gave Roshi and all them the other shit. So I figured, why not? Spice it up a bit, as another key difference will be is not only are the sound 3 from the ones that get washed going, Orochimaru decided to have a little bit more fun, as I'm about to sneeze. Ouch. Ouch. I did not have time to pause that. Ouch. I did not actually know those were coming. Those were surprise attacks. As continuing on with the story. Ow, my lungs hurt. Oh, that shit hurt. Anyway, continuing on with the story. The other ninjas that I'm adding on are Toyuya, Saikon, and Jirobo. Those will be another 3 under, pretending to be weaker than they are. But, yeah, they're pretty much bullying the mini 3 for shits and giggles, but meh, still. Another difference that I'm going to be doing is, don't hate me, y'all, but Hinata does not like Naruto. In fact, she never did the whole stalking thing with Naruto. She kind of just remained her own little shut-in flower. And that's how she's kind of have to be right now. But, we're continuing on. As now, Naruto, he's kind of bummed because he has no one to train him. He's not too upset, but he decides, fuck it, practice his basics, harness that. He goes off into the training grounds. He doesn't think he should ask anyone at this point because, he low-key is aware of how people treat him, so he decides during this next 2 months of training, which they'll have no mission, so it's just training, Naruto will be just outside of the Hidden Leaf. Hiruzen approved it, telling him, alright then, just don't go too far, but alright then. As after 2 weeks of Naruto being out in the out in the forest, there is a man who stumbles upon Naruto who's asleep. He chuckles as, he sees how Naruto looked like one of his old targets, but he never got to kill. So he realizes it right away. Yeah, this is definitely that kid's son. Ain't no fucking way about it. He sees the leaf band and everything. So he's just like, wonder why he's out here. So he just waits for Naruto to wake up. Naruto wakes up and he sees that there's a guy right there. Kurama would whisper to Naruto, be on edge, as Naruto's just like, wait, what? Why? As, Kurama saying he's powerful. I'm not doing the Kurama voice right now because my throat hurts a little bit. Anyway, continuing on, as Naruto asks the man, who is he? He says, a hitman, if you will. As Naruto's sweat drops, he says, are you here to kill me? Saying, no, but you look like one of my former tasks that I never actually got to do. There was a Ninetales attack in the Hidden Leaf Village. 2 weeks before I was scheduled to head out to kill Minato Namikaze. You're his brat, aren't you? I believe they call you Naruto Uzumaki. If I believe my information is correct, your mother is Kushina Uzumaki, the former Ninetales Jinchuriki. So, I'm going with the safe bet that you are the new current Jinchuriki. As Naruto's sweat drops, trembling in fear, as he's just like, fuck, how does he know all this? I didn't even know all this. And he's just like, wait, how, no, how do you, like, because he's confused, because he did not know about this whole parent things and all this. So, Naruto's also being revolutionized. Not revolutionized, revelation, yes. He's having mental revelations of, his parents and his lineage. As then our hitman says, what are you doing out here? He explains that he's out here training for the Chunin exams, and his Kakashi Hatake, he says, son of the White Fang? He says, yeah, he committed suicide before I can kill him. As Naruto's just like, but he was said to rival the Three Sannin. Yeah, but you see, not many people know about my work. And Kakashi Hatake's father just happened to piss off one of the clients that did know me. So, he hired me. It happened to be after that mission where he saved his comrade rather than abandoned the mission. Naruto, eyes widen because he's just like, I remember Kakashi telling me about this. Yeah, well, shortly after he killed himself, which it means I couldn't get my fun in to try. Well, as he looked at Naruto, question, kid. What does your teacher, do? What has he shown you? As Naruto says, well, he's taught me some things, but not a lot. He's saying he's mostly just done quick not grimaces, but quick run-throughs of jutsus showing him one time, and then Naruto mostly uses his shadow clones to learn. As the hitman nods, as he's saying, so, how long into your Chunin exams? Naruto says, about a month and a half. How fast do you learn? Naruto says pretty quickly. He mastered a jutsu that took the Hokage, over... God knows. I forgot the exact number of days. Hold up. I think I was right. It took him over 3 years to make the Rasengan, but Naruto says he learned it in just, a month, since he wasn't really rushed. He had some time. He explores the shadow clones a bit more. As, the hitman nods and he's saying, question, how are you with taijutsu? As Naruto's just like, pretty good. I'm mostly, not too shabby. As, he's saying, okay, take a stance. As Naruto, for the next 4 hours, would proceed to get his ass whooped by the hitman, never landing a single hit on him once. No matter what he did, no matter how many shadow clones, no matter how much QB chakra he channeled, because even Kurama was saying, Brat, you're going to die. Because Naruto kept on getting hit in his vital points every single time. And Naruto could never see these guys' hits. Even Kurama was like, how is he doing this? It's not making any sense. 1 minute he's there, 1 minute he's not. Well, minute by... more like second, actually. He's there a second, and then the next he's not. How is he doing that? As... they're thinking it's like teleporting or instantaneous movement, but they're not entirely sure. Even Naruto, despite being healed by Kurama, it still wears him down. As, the hitman finally sits down and he's saying, well, how do you think I'm doing? As Naruto just says, what? How am I doing my jutsu? Naruto shakes his head, having no idea. Kurama then says, he's like freezing time or something, Naruto. There's no way. There's no delay in my senses. There shouldn't be. But somehow he's able to, just momentarily. I don't get it. How is he skipping time? As Naruto's, he says it out loud now. Skipping time? It's saying, bravo, did the fox help you? As Kurama's eyes widen and narrow within Naruto. As Naruto's saying, wait, what? As it's saying, yeah. This is his special assassinary skill that he helped develop over 1,000 years, which his Naruto's just like, wait, what? As, the hitman saying he's over 1,000 years old, and that's why he knows so much. That's why he's as strong as he is, and if he wanted to, he could have easily killed Orochimaru, but, no one's paid him enough to deal with that, weird snake of... And the whole fact with him and his subordinates, it's just more unnecessary shit that he did not want to deal with. Oh, yeah. I did not mean to yawn. Anyway, back to the what if. Naruto, he would then, for the next 3 weeks, study this same jutsu. And, to his surprise, Naruto was actually able to learn it. And then, through the sparring of both of them, they both improved the jutsu's ability and adaptability. Now, hear me out what I'm about to explain. His total time skip is 3 minutes. Now, if he were to use all 3 minutes, it would literally leave him at the point of chakra exhaustion. It's affecting the world around him, and it's an area of effect, my guy. He's not supposed to be doing this, but, he manages it with his fighting style, which, he does it in... He's waiting for your opponent to strike, waits for a certain crucial moment, blips out of this. It's kind of using, the zone method. When you're so focused on one strike, your perception is focused on just one thing. You're not blindsided by the side. Blindsided by the side. Even has the word side in it. Fuck. Anyway, that's pretty much Hit's fighting style. In this, the Hitman's fighting style. It's not hit, but it's hit, but it's not hit. So, it's a shinobi assassin, who I'm just saying is inspiration of Hit, who uses time skip. Now, during this time, Naruto, he had actually surprisingly grown really close to Kurama. Kurama decided to give something to Naruto that he feels that he should know now, or get back at least, now that he knows his heritage of Kushina and Minato. So, Kurama breaks a memory seal that allows Naruto to remember a few childhood memories of him, showing Lord Third the new abilities that he had unlocked, and the way his eyes changed as Lord Hiruzen realized that he had absorbed, not absorbed, but pretty much acclimated to a level to have the Genkai of Minato, which was the only dojutsu user in the whole Namikaze. Think of it like a parallel to how Hashirama was the only wood style user in the Senju. In the Namikaze clan, Minato was surprisingly born with a unique dojutsu, and this is something that I'm also changing, is they all had these specifically blue eyes, and I'll get to what the change is, but there's a reason why I'm keeping it blue. But continuing on, I thought I maybe should give a hint in the thumbnail, but nah, I will watch that later because I know that guy's gonna shoot some fire shit. Smug stick, my guy. Great YouTuber. As we're going back to this, whatever. Naruto then he gains the memories of Lord Third, telling Naruto that, this is really amazing. He has to bring in a few people to talk and discuss about this. So Naruto's left alone with Yugito, the purple haired cat mask lady, who's kind of been like a babysitter to him every now and then, as she is astonished by what she is seeing. And, a few hours later, Lord Third returns. Danzo and the two other elders are there. Kakashi and Jiraiya are there. As Kakashi, he opens up the Sharingan eye, tells Naruto to look at him. Naruto looks, falls asleep. Well, semi-asleep. He kind of falls in a state of dreamland, like daydreaming. As they kind of need him semi-awake to seal the dojutsu aspect. So, Jiraiya does a few hand signs, seals Naruto's dojutsu away, and then he seals the chakra chains that he had gotten from Kushina, which had a few altercations that we're going to get into during the Chunin exams. As, we do another time skip of the remaining weeks that he spent training with the Hitman. The Hitman just taught Naruto his fighting style, and he progressed Naruto's time skip to Naruto having about 30 seconds worth of a time skip. Which, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, compared to with what Naruto can do now, oh my gosh, is GG's. As I am deciding to make this one very, very fun and very, very entertaining. As, continuing on with the what if, Naruto decides, he meets up with Team 7. They've all had their training. Sakura and Sasuke, they've bulked up and gotten more, I don't want to say muscular, but toned, more physically adept. As they seem to have aged up 2 years within the 2 months. That's how aggressive their training was, because I don't want Sakura to be total uselessly bitch. But she is a useless bitch. Anyway, Sakura does have a, affinity for water style jutsu, so she had that. Which she was upset because she wanted to have fire style so she could be just like Sasuke. As, this is when they told her, because you have water style, you could pretty much learn how to shoot out oil. And Sasuke's just like, you can enhance my fireballs through there. As he's just like, yay, Sasuke-kun, he acknowledged me. As, back to Naruto, he had mastered his jutsus, his special Gekkei Genkais from Minato and Kushina. He hasn't really learned elemental jutsus. He is aware that the Rasengan is undeveloped and needs some extra oomph. And he's had some tests with it, but nothing is perfect. So, yeah. Now, to continue on with how the what if goes, Konohamaru and Naruto would still have their bond. Naruto would still have the Sekji Jutsu and Shadow Clones and all that bullshit. So that's not really too different. What is different is, the moment Konohamaru was about to bump into, Kankuro, Naruto stuck out his hand, shooting out a chakra chain, wrapping around Konohamaru, and, kind of Scorpion, get over here! Pulling him towards him back, grabbing Konohamaru by the head, and scolding Konohamaru, saying, look, you almost bumped into someone. As Kankuro scoffs, as, he's saying, huh, wow, can't believe that. That's, Tamari's looking at Naruto, interested in that weird chain. Kankuro, he's just like, damn. He has a shit-eating grin, he's smirking, as he's just like, that's right, keep that brat under control, as Naruto's just like, this is the grandson of the Lord Third, you see. As then he looks at them, he sees them, and he's saying, Sand Shinobi, are you by chance Kankuro of the Sand? I would make you Tamari of the Sand, if I am not mistaken. Your brother's Gaara of the Sand. The one-tailed Jinchuriki. As, their eyes widen, Gaara fucking appears out of nowhere, as he's saying, so you know of me. As Naruto saying, over the past 2 months, his teacher has shared some information about those who are coming. And you know what? His blood is so fucking happy. He's so excited right now. As, he's just thrilled at what is about to go down. Yeah, they're confused, thinking that maybe he knows about the invasion. As Naruto then says, the sand sends their Shukaku. The water sends their third and sixth tails. The stone is sending their two tails. No, not stone. The cloud is sending their two tails. The stone is sending their four and five tails. As Naruto's hand twitches, as, he's just eager and itching, as he openly admits this to Gaara, as, he says, and I, Naruto Uzumaki, and the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, as then his eyes glow with a red slit, as during this one instant, Tamari, Kankuro, and Gaara, who were staring into Naruto's eyes, were instantly teleported into the sewer water realm where Kurama's cage was, as they're like, what the fuck? As from the darkness of the shadows, glowing red eyes happen, and then Kurama roars at them, literally inches away from them, scaring all three of them. Even Shukaku, who was in Gaara, got, nervous. Not scared, but nervous. As he's just like, damn it. This brat, he actually partnered with Kurama. As, he's thinking, partnership. As, he does have control over Gaara, but he tells him, that one in particular, that one is the blood that I will be most craving. But we need to find out where the other ones are. As Shukaku is thinking, if he beats the shit out of the other Jinchurikis, he pretty much can cement himself as the #1 Biju, stripping him of the title of, the weakest. That's his plan. Now, we're continuing on as, Naruto has his special training, which Lord Third does not know about, but there was something that he was watching Konohamaru, and when he saw Naruto launch that chakra chain, oh boy, did he summon Jiraiya and Kakashi straight to his office right away. As, the two arrive as, Lord Hiruzen shows them the crystal ball of Naruto shooting out the chakra chain, as they're like, no way, but we sealed it. You don't think he, as far as they know, Naruto has not done anything hostile about, his powers being stripped away from him like that. So they're confused. Maybe he's not mad. Maybe he understands. Or maybe, Kakashi says, maybe he's not aware that, he's had them before. Naruto was already really strong and really efficient with several jutsus. This song is Princess Blanket by Buried Alive. Buried Alive. But BRRIED Alive. Anyway, continuing on with the what if. They're all thinking, does he have the dojutsu like Minato though? As they're kind of nervous because Minato's dojutsu, in a sense, was hacks for those who thought the Sharingan and the Byakugan were all powerful jujutsus. As, it was not the Rinnegan, so it didn't give him any Deva paths. It's not the Tenseigan, it's not the Jugan or any of that bullshit. As, Minato had this rare blue cross dojutsu. There were just crosses in his eyes. His pupils would spread out and make crosses. And during this, he would get the ability to get a 10-second future vision. Think of Epitaph from King Crimson, because King Crimson did the time skip. It was Epitaph that gave him the future vision. So, huge difference. I'm just saying. He now has a 10-mile eye range, like Hawkeye view, that he can just, shut his eyes. And then, within 10 miles of a range, he could see everything from a bird's eye view. Which hacks, but not hacks. As another thing, if he were to so choose, if he were to stare in someone's eyes with the Minato blue cross eyes, the person's eyes would then turn similar crosses, but their eye colors would stay the same. And Naruto could possess, or Minato as well, the limit of 10 people as on their fingers a seal would appear, and during this, Naruto and them would be able to share their jutsu. Which, what? Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes, yes, yes. Which, this is why Minato had very good friends, and when he died, a lot of people, the 10 people who knew him best, were bummed out. Some of them were sad that, their best friend died, and then they also had the benefit of never being able to share jutsus like they could, because this is really strange, but yeah. So, pretty much, this Dojutsu, this eye contact ability, he would share chakra. This small amount of chakra shared through this would cause a seal on their ring to form. Or, well, around their ring finger. Kind of like think of if, the Geto statue, how it lights up with green different kanji marks. Think of something similar, but it would be the name of, the person around the finger. As this would then let them use certain jutsus that, they have the proper affinity towards without too much of issue. Now, there is the last part, and it is a 10-second rewind. Because, yes. Now, yes, all 10 of the people would have a shared link vision with Naruto as long as the dojutsu is activated. Now, here's the thing. Naruto does not actually have to control their minds to give them the added benefit of the dojutsu, but it's the added, perk that, I say, a lot in this one, so I'm already sorry, but fuck off if you're gonna say some shit about it. Anyway, if Naruto shares his power with you and you try to betray him, he would already know, enslave you, and set you up pretty much to fuck yourself over, undo it, remove your eyes, because that would be the only way, for you not to have shared power to him. He would have to crush your eyes, as after that, pain for you, no one else would feel it. There's no sharing of emotions or pain. It's just y'all can see what each other sees, y'all can share your jutsus, and that's pretty much it. As fuck. With Kushina's chains, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty much thinking of Kurapika's chains deal. So, yeah, it has hooks in, if Naruto wants from his hands, the tips of the chains would look like hooks. He would then be able to shoot them out. He could make them invisible by decreasing the amount of chakra. So they'd still be there in a spiritual sense, but not fully materialized. So a form of yang release, as that's something really special. But, if chain jail were to wrap around an opponent, it actually hooks into the person's chakra, and then it seals the chakra. That's it. He can undo the chains from his hands, as then the chains would wrap around this person, sealing them with chains. He also has Holy Chain, so he could heal himself with medical chakra, Steel Chain to absorb people's chakra, and Dowsing Chain for lie detection, and then for hunting down and locating someone. As long as he has something that had their chakra, he can, put Dowsing Chain right above it. It would absorb that person's chakra and then lead you towards them. Unless they're dead. Then it would just not do anything. Sorry, not sorry. This song actually fit perfectly for the change because it's called the Grape, Grap, depression. As soon as I said, yeah, but if they're dead, you can't find them. Oh, that sounds like a very sad shit. Anyway, the Hitman does not know about this as he left Naruto. He trusts Naruto to, do his own thing. As Naruto did ask him, would he come and visit him? As the Hitman saying, nah, it's almost time for him to die. Naruto was sad about it, but he got over it. As the Hitman told him, he lived 1,000 years. His happiest moments were spent with Naruto. As, Naruto felt happy. He promised to make his master proud. As, he's saying, you would have to become an assassin, but, hey, assassin maybe then Hokage, right? As Naruto, he just nodded his head as he would think about it. But of course, as you read the thumbnail, he will become an assassin. Now, we're continuing on with the story as Naruto, he would go to the Chunin exams and things would kind of play out as normal with everything else. And Naruto, when he would meet Sasuke and Sakura, he notices that they're bulked up. And he's kind of, he nods. He's not wearing his orange outfit anymore. He's wearing the same outfit that Hit would be wearing, as that's what his old, sensei would wear. As they look at him kind of weird. He would still have his shinobi pouch and shinobi boots instead of regular boots. So, yeah, that'd be like the only key difference. And rather than, I'm just saying it now, he's not wearing the forehead protector. It's actually the leaf insignia is on his belt buckle where the gold would be. And Naruto does have a hood attached to, the cloak. That on the very tip of it does have the hidden leaf insignia. So when he puts the hood up, it would be on his forehead. So he calls it good. They think that his new design of wardrobe is really sick. Sakura had to, focus herself because she's just, why am I looking at Naruto? I love Sasuke-kun. As this caused a few girls to stare at Naruto because Naruto is a lot more taller now. It's kind of weird. They didn't see each other for 2 months, but Naruto seemed to have gotten most of the growth spurt. As he is just maybe 6 inches under where his height would be in Shonen. Because, I think he grew like 1.5 feet. Because he was a pretty tiny child. So, time skip. He's already halfway there. Which, yes, it's because he ate very good and trained really hard. And I like the song too. Where was I going with this? I'm back. I also had to change the song because I wanted to. So, as we are continuing on with the story, where was I going with this? Everyone's staring at Naruto because his new outfit, the new drip, the gold belt buckle, the silver hoodie headband, if you will, as they're surprised because, something really weird. They have gotten good enough to sense when people, have chakra, but when they're looking at Naruto, it's really weird because they don't sense shit from my guy. Like a civilian has more chakra than him. Like, his chakra is almost that of an infant, so they're confused. Of course, Neji understood that this guy means he's holding back. He would tell this to Tenten and Lee, as, Lee would remember about how Guy Sensei said Naruto was the dead last, but he seemed to have gotten much stronger, as no one knows what training he's done. But he knows that, for some reason, Kakashi was, antsy about Naruto's performance. Eager to see it more than usual. Saying that maybe Naruto had gotten something new that they don't know about. They're curious because they need a chance to talk to him. But they haven't had that. So, continuing on, as things would kind of proceed as normal with the whole Lee getting shoved and kicked. As the difference here with... Yay! I ordered shit from Bath and Body Works because my sister's birthday's coming up. Because, Anyway. Nah, I'm lying to you. It wasn't even for my sister. It's for my mom. She said she wanted something from Bath and Body Works. I said, oh, sure, why not? I have money on my card. I'll get it to you. It was on sale. It was one of those, limited edition winter smells. I'm just like, oh, cool. Allow me to buy it for you, mother. No, you don't need to, mijo. I'm doing it anyway. Hey, look, see? It's already in the cart. And she's just like, how the fast, you fucker? It's just like, well, she didn't call me a fucker, but yeah. Anyway, back to our original shit. Naruto, he's not the one who would try and fight the guy. Well, not Naruto, but Sasuke, when he tried to fight the guy with the kick, and the guy threw a punch, it wasn't Lee who stopped it. It was Naruto who said, damn, Sasuke, and Uchiha would stoop so low. So, this caused Sasuke to stop. The guy even stopped as he looked at Naruto as, he's saying, "You want some too?" As Naruto just took his hands out of his pocket, punched the air, and next thing you know, the guy collapsed over, holding his stomach, as to shock everyone. Behind him, there looked to be a, small crater in the wall, a small hole, as, he's holding his stomach, he spits out some blood, as, Naruto's saying, "Huh, that worked better than I thought." As Naruto saying, "Hey, at least I didn't aim higher." As in, he looks at Naruto looks at Sakura and Sasuke and says, "Let's go." As they are confused at what they just saw, but, they go on with it. They're not going to question Naruto about that weird ass jutsu, because they still couldn't feel anything from my guy. As they're confused still. Neji, Lee, they saw this jutsu, so now they're very curious. It all happens pretty much as normal when Lee tries to challenge Sasuke, but another thing is that he also says he wants to fight Naruto. Naruto says not interested. Sasuke, Sakura, if you guys want to, entertain bushy brows, feel free. As Naruto saying he's trained really hard and he's tired, so, he's just gonna go. He'll save them a seat, as Sasuke would still get bodied, but Naruto would have been actually watching. And yeah. Of course, when Guy Sensei shows up, this is when Naruto leaves, because, when Guy Sensei made his entrance, he also took a quick glance at Naruto, and Naruto saw this. So he's just like, "I'm gonna leave before he gets the chance to talk to me." So he leaves, but Kakashi stops Naruto and asks Naruto, "Hey, how was your training? Did you get anything new? You get stronger? You pick up some cool jutsus? Did you find a teacher?" As Naruto saying, "No, practice my shadow clones. Training was good. You could have at least, visited it once, Kakashi." As Kakashi's just like, "Damn, he played me on that one." As Kakashi's just saying, "Oh, I was just busy training Sasuke and so." And, Anko was training Sakura. As then Kakashi looks at Naruto and sees that Naruto's already walking past him, and he's just like, "The fuck?" As, he asks Naruto, "How is he doing?" As Naruto saying, "He's good. Is there anything you want to tell me, Kakashi? Like, are we just waiting for Sasuke and Sakura?" He kind of got bodied by, Guy students, so I don't know if that says something about Guy being a better teacher than you. As this kind of annoyed Kakashi, as he's just like, hold the fuck up. What did you just say, Naruto?" As, Naruto's just saying, "Oh, well, I mean, if you train Sasuke and Lee is trained by Guy, and Lee beats Sasuke, doesn't that mean that Guy was the better teacher?" As this is, of course, when, for the sake of shits and giggles, Kurenai and Asuma, they're walking in with their teammates. So they all heard, Naruto say that Sasuke got beat by Lee, who was trained by Guy, which means that Guy is the better teacher than Kakashi. As everyone's just like, "What the... Wait, what? What just happened? We just walked into the tea, piping hot. No one told us. We got scolded a little bit. With a... Give us something cold. Give me some ice cubes. My tongue is on fire." That bullshit. As, says, "No way. Sasuke could not have lost." As Hinata's just like, "What? Someone beat the Uchiha?" As, Naruto says, "Yeah. I mean, he was wearing weights, but he still was able to outspeed Sasuke." As this is what catches everyone, is he was wearing weights. How do you know? His movements, they were way slower than they should have been. As Kakashi saying, "And how would you know, Naruto?" "Well, I'm wearing weights." As Kakashi eye squints and saying, "Really now?" As Naruto would, show his outfit. He would go to the wristbands and saying, these each have some way, he points to the flaps on it around his belt that they're thinking, wait, those? Yeah, the fabric. As, Naruto would weave a few hand signs and then you know, chakra would, chakra seals would glow on them again to show that, it is in fact weighted. As Naruto says, well, yeah, it's been interesting to train like this. As Kakashi's just then thinking, what has Naruto done? He saw the chakra change and he's just like, he's not saying anything about me erasing his memories so far. Does he not know? Did it really just come to him instinctively? Kakashi's still on the fence as, he tells Naruto good luck as Sakura and Sasuke would come. Sasuke has a bruise on his cheeks, and the rest are just like, so he did get his ass whooped. As Guy would show up with his team, smiling, as, they're saying, look at the Gettings, they go. As Naruto, when Might Guy tried to give a speech of youth for the Chunin exams, Naruto had already opened the door and shut the door, as the rest just realized that Naruto literally left them in the dust. They're confused. Naruto wasn't really like this. As Kakashi then thinks of, some red flags. Maybe he does know, but he's not saying anything. I'm confused. And, we're going to do a time skip to the Forest of Death because Naruto is a little bit smarter, so he would answer some of the questions without struggle. But, when it comes to the question 10, he still does Naruto thing. They still do the Forest of Death. But the difference here is, when Sasuke gets, his shit slapped by the pedophile snake and gets, bit by a hickey, Naruto would come up. And this is when he would be watching majority of the fight. He would land next to Sasuke as he's on the ground. Orochimaru's just chuckling, saying, I have no time to play with you, brat. As Naruto would then weave through a few hand signs, place his hand over Sasuke, and he says, evil removal. As, he rips his hand up, the same purple chakra that makes a black serpent, dark purple serpent, I don't want to say black serpent anyway, as, it hisses out as Naruto pulled it out of Sasuke's neck, and he's grabbing it by the throat in front of Orochimaru. The curse mark disappears off of Sasuke's neck, and he's just like, wait, how? How did you do that? As Naruto's saying, do you not know that he is Naruto Uzumaki, the son of Kushina Uzumaki, a sealing master, son of the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze? Just ditch the whiskers. I might have my mom's eyes, and face, but come on. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Where in the fuck do you see that in the village? Besides Ino. And she doesn't even have spiky hair. As, Naruto crosses his arms at that. As, he shakes his head. This village is filled with idiots. As the chakra snake is still hissing at Naruto. As, Naruto's just saying, oh, just be quiet. As, he throws the chakra down as it slowly disperses into nothingness. As Orochimaru scowls at Naruto and saying, you brat, that shouldn't have been possible. As Naruto then proceeds to use the time skip. And, oh dear boy, did Naruto use the time skip to his advantage, because he used 20 seconds to literally just hit Orochimaru really, really hard in every single one of his vital spots multiple times. Like the beatdown that Goku got from Hit when Hit saying his time skip is still evolving. It was one of those. As, Naruto pulled away, charged up a massive Rasengan in his palm. As, this is when he lets go of the time skip right as it lands on Orochimaru's stomach. So Orochimaru already feels all the hits going through his body. And then he sees the Rasengan, as behind him the tree was completely blown away before the Rasengan even hit. The Rasengan hits as Orochimaru gets sent flying, and Naruto threw him upward. So the orb went up, and there was a huge explosion. And, of course, when Naruto would pull out the serpent chakra, Anko herself could sense this. They found the bodies early, so they're rushing in. They're trying to find Orochimaru when they see the orb, the explosion, and they focus really, really hard with a Hyuga next to them using the Byakugan, and they see that that was Orochimaru. They're hauling ass into the forest as, Orochimaru falls. He does the sink serpent substitution to ditch the fucked up body. He's panting. He's, just agonizing as he's just looking at Naruto, just like, what was that jutsu? As Naruto's just like, damn it, I only have 10 seconds left. But he doesn't want to try and use too much chakra because then that Rasengan also took a lot out of him. As, Orochimaru's just saying, we'll meet again, Naruto Uzumaki. As, he slithers away. 2 minutes later, as Naruto goes to check on Sasuke and Sakura, they're all looking at him like, what the fuck? You lie, you cannot be. As Naruto would punch Sasuke in the face, completely knocking him out. Sakura would say, Naruto, what the? As, Naruto would punch Sakura in the stomach. She would cough up some blood as she passes out. Anko would come to the scene of Naruto hitting Sakura, her student, mind you, and knocking her out. As Naruto would then, drape Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura over his shoulders. As Anko says, wait, what are you doing? As Naruto saying, we got attacked by Orochimaru. He went that way. As, the other ninjas are told by Anko to leave as, she's glaring at Naruto. So why'd you hit my student? As, he's saying, well, first he hit Sasuke, then he hit Sakura, because he didn't want to bother answering any of their questions on what he did. As Anko raised an eyebrow saying, what you, as, a 2-second time skip later, they're gone. Sakura and Sasuke are gone. Anko's just like, wait, what? Where'd they go? As, yeah. She is confused because it was very different. It was literally, they blipped out of existence for her. She is confused because at least with some of the flying Raijin techniques, there was some sort of flash, some sort of indication of teleportation, but no, they just blipped out. Naruto would, be eventually founded by, the regular Sound 3 of Zaku, Kim, and Dosu. Naruto would absolutely not waste any time as he would pull back his chain jail and shoot it out, stabbing through all three of them, getting them to seal their chakra, and they were not surprised. Well, they were surprised. They were not expecting this because, beneath them, a syringe stabs them in the back, and it's also connected to a chain that, it starts absorbing their chakra. And I'm not gonna lie to you when I say Naruto, he decides to fully absorb all of the chakra of a person, which he was curious since as a child what would happen, because he stabbed a tree one time to show the third Hokage, the elders Kakashi and Jiraiya, what his stealing chain could do when he said it steals all chakra. He would stab a tree, it completely withered away to nothingness. They thought maybe he'd get wood style, but nah. Naruto's just like extra strong for a few extra minutes. So, he's saying the chakra that's stolen, if, it's nature chakra, it boosts him really well, and it's really strange. But, he's never tried it on a person. He doesn't know what would happen if he completely ripped out all of someone's chakra like that. As Danzo was eager to shit, my god, was like pre-nutting himself, like eager to get his hands on Naruto's abilities and dojutsus and all this good shit. He was like damn near Hisoka pedophile level, mashed up with Orochimaru's pedophilia, excited. Which, he's just like, fuck, if I'm this excited, how bad would that other pedophile be? Oh no, that is like a times 9,000 for Orochimaru. This is front to back by Snails, Kill the Noise, and Sullivan King. Arguably the best song I've ever heard at a rave. It was my first rave and I loved it still to this very day. I think back on it very fondly as... oh shit. Pause it so I don't say... Alright, I'm back, sorry. Where was I with this? Oh yeah. So, The others decided to seal Naruto's Gekkei Genkai until he's older. After the Chunin exams, if he does not awaken it again, hopefully not, they would tell him, open it, hopefully he'd be mature enough, then get his ass into the CRA. Because, they saw the chakra chains of Kushina, but only Lord Third, Kakashi, and Jiraiya know about the Minato Dojutsu. The elders just know about the Kushina chakra chains mutations inside of Naruto, because he can make them invisible, and they did not know that. Then the fact that if, it wraps around you and seals your chakra, you're fucked. Because, he also has the light detection one, and he can still beat your ass with just the physical weight of the chains. So, yeah. Anyway, shout out to Next Text for being Joseph, because this is still funny as hell. I love this song. Yes, it's the Joestar rap. It's a great one. Rustage. Nox. I cannot say the dog. I can't do it. I think it would be JY Shadi, Ikuru, Gigi. Love her voice. One of the best female ones of all time. Not to discriminate against other people, but just damn, her voice is just, woo, just. I don't know. I got no good words, honestly. Speechless. That's it. That's just the best I can explain. Then, anyway, where was I going with this? Mark is red because don't really care. Anyway, right. Naruto proceeded to suck out all the jutsu chakra between Dosu, Zaku, and Kin. This was caught by three squads who all were watching Naruto. As Kin and Zaku's hair turned completely white, and then as they were frail, they're Dosu, the mummy guy. You couldn't really see much of his change, but think of how Cell was when he was absorbing people. How they would becoming really withered away. That's kind of what happened here, but it's not like they're all just closed. No, it's just like they got mummified. Naruto would pull out the chakra chains, and once he did that, then they all turned to dust. As the chains return to Naruto, and Naruto, he's just looking at his hands. He sticks out his hand, and then he says, "Slicing sound wave!" as a huge explosion erupts a tree that was right in front of him, which it was a pretty thick oak tree. So, yeah, that blast surprised them, as one of them was the sound, three of the sound four, who saw that was the one of the jutsus of the other kids, and now they have to go report to Orochimaru about this shit. So they dipping. So yes, the other team was, the Mist. So Haku, Utakata, and Ryutsu. That's who was the other person. Ryutsu. They all show up, and they're standing in front of Naruto. Sakura, she's still out cold, and so is Sasuke, so they're not waking up anytime soon. As they're asking for Naruto to give up the scrolls. As Naruto's saying, well, he has an earth, a heaven, and another heaven scroll. I will give you one of my heaven scrolls to fuck off. As, they're scowling at him. Haku weaves his hand signs. Yes, I said his because, yeah, I'm gonna just leave him a guy for this one right now. I don't feel like making Haku a girl right now. It's just too much work. As, Haku would still be there. He would weave his hand signs as, he would then say, water style, water bullets. As, then, not Sugetsu, but Utakata would be water style, bubble jutsu. As then Ryutsu would be like, fire style, fire only. As Naruto just smirks and proceeds to use a time skip of 1 second to dodge all their attacks, wrap them in steel chain, just like the others, because invisibility. But rather than steal their chakra, he lifted them up and started to spin them around. Kind of like a carnival ride. As, he's spinning his one arm around with all three chains, gripped in his hand. As they're all a good distance away, but Naruto decides to have fun with it. As he yanks them all down, causing them to slam erratically, one into a tree, one into the ground, and one straight into a stone that just happened to be there. As they scream out in agonizing pain at Naruto's brutal strength. Naruto would proceed to take their scroll because they're currently sealed up with their chakra. He found out that it was Ryutsu who had the scroll. She had another Earth scroll. And Naruto's just like, cool. Now I have two copies. As he smiles as he takes it away. As she's saying, wait, don't. We're here by the mist. We're supposed to, survive and become Chunins. As Naruto decides to have a little bit of fun. As he decides to lift up Ryutsu by, the chains. He decides to have a little more of a game. He doesn't think this will work, so he's saying, okay, I got it. If you let me grab your boobs, you can keep your scroll, and if you let me kiss you, then you can get the other heaven scroll I have. As Haku and Utakata are twitching, Utakata's more pissed off because he can't even access the Jinchuriki chakra. Saiken inside of him is just like, that boy, his chakra is really... Utakata, I might be wrong, but I think he's a Jinchuriki. I can't make out which demon is inside of him, though. As Utakata then just, stops trying to break out of the chains because he's just realizing, shit. As, Ryu's saying, do I have your word? As, she's blushing. As, Naruto's just like, of course. As, she's saying, okay, then. As Naruto's just saying, wait, what, really? As, she's just saying, yeah, wait, what? As Naruto gets a grin as he's saying, wow, I can't believe that actually worked. As, he proceeds to, grab her boobs, playing on it like a little kid. She's scowling at him just like, I hate you so much. As, Naruto's just saying, hey, I could just leave you with the Earth Scroll. As, she gets really mad as she's saying no. As, then she says, if you use tongue, I will bite it. As, Naruto's just like, okay. Ryutsu and Naruto have their kiss for about like a good 5 seconds before Naruto pulls away. As, she's blushing and, she's glaring daggers at Naruto. Haku is giving Naruto another death glare. As, Naruto looks at Haku and he's just like so blunt about it when he just asks, what, was she your girlfriend? As, Haku then becomes embarrassed as he's saying, no, but I did like her, you dick. As Naruto just starts chuckling to himself. As, he says, if it wasn't for the fact that I already took like 3 people's jutsus away, I might be interested in your water styles, but, he says after a while, he'll dispel the jutsu since he already left him the scrolls. He grabs Sasuke and Sakura, he heads towards the tower. 5 minutes later, chains disappear. Anko and her crew could not find anything with Orochimaru, so they're at the tower. They're waiting for Naruto when he shows up. Sasuke and Sakura are still out cold. When Naruto sees Anko, he does not hesitate to grab Sakura and just throw the pink bitch to Anko. Anko does catch her, annoyed that Naruto would just casually just toss her away like she's nothing, because Naruto's Naruto in this one. As, he's just there. Kakashi's there when he opens the scrolls. So he asks him what's happening, and he admits, Orochimaru, he gave Sasuke a weird mark on his neck. Sasuke, when he comes to, he also explains he got his shit slapped. Orochimaru weirdly licked his neck and then bit him, gave him this weird hickey, and then next thing he knows, Naruto places his hand and rips out a weird purple snake of chakra, throws it away, and then he's just fine. As, they're looking for the markings, and there's nothing. Anko looks at Naruto confused and scowls at him, saying, how do you know how to remove his curse mark? As Naruto's just saying, It's not necessarily what you think. It's just, you know, Uzumaki, seals, kind of a specialty of ours, as this causes Kakashi's eye to, narrow, as he says, Naruto, how do you know about the Uzumakis? And he's saying, well, there's a library, isn't there? As Kakashi, he does not like this answer. He's saying, Naruto, that's not what I'm saying. How do you know about, the Uzumakis being seal masters? As Naruto then says, the library, Kakashi sensei. As, Naruto then looks Kakashi up and down as he's saying, yes, and within that library, I found out that you were a student of the fourth Hokage. You had a partner named Rin and Obito, correct? Kakashi, he nods. He's just like, where are you going with this, Naruto? As, he just casually touches his chin as he's saying, it's just something I noticed about the fourth. A Namikaze, so strong, so powerful, and he didn't even have a wife or a girlfriend. Kakashi, he's just like, no. Naruto then says, it's kind of strange, don't you think? Then there's Kushino Uzumaki, one of the last known survivors of the Uzumaki clan, and not only was she hella great at sealing jutsus, she also had a rare, Gekkei Genkai from the Uzumakis that let her, make chakra chains that could suppress bijus even. As, Naruto's just thinking, it's really strange, don't you think? Two people with rare bloodlines never put in a situation for them to have a child together. Kind of strange, don't you think, huh, Kakashi? As Naruto would then proceed to, disappear from the room, Anko is staring at Kakashi just like, I think he knows. As, Sasuke and Sakura are just like, so wait, he wasn't lying? As they shake their head, nah, it's true, and he might be pissed. So, yeah. Kakashi tells Lord Third, we do a time skip to the day before the practical exams with fights and eliminations, where, Naruto was pulled up by the Third, and he asks him, so you know about your family heritage? As, Naruto's just saying, what family? I was in an orphanage. I'm called Naruto Uzumaki, but I don't have the Uzumaki red hair. I'm confused. If I'm an Uzumaki, why don't I have red hair? Maybe I'm not an Uzumaki. I don't know. I can't really think of another name I would want to have. As, he starts fake stroking a beard, his hand on his chin. Sarutobi's scowling at Naruto a little bit and just saying, Naruto, what are you getting at? As Naruto's saying, fine. Do you really think I'm as stupid as every single one of these fucking villagers? As this surprises Sarutobi because Naruto, the ambiance just shifted 180. As Naruto, his eyes turn to the Kyuubi's red, fox marks, as this is what he wants to show him. As, Naruto says, during the 2 months, Kurama had helped him. And, you know what? Him and Kurama are tight. Kurama told him the truth about what happened on his birthday. About how there was someone who attacked the village and took control of him. And how, Minato Namikaze sealed the fox inside of a child who was born on that day. The day that happened to be his birthday. And there's some really odd resemblance between him and Minato. So Hiruzen, he does not say Lord Third, Sabatori, I ask you this. Is there something you would like to tell me? As Naruto's eyes blink and then go back to a normal blue. Sarutobi says, no, Naruto, you may leave. As Naruto scoffs and he walks away. He is annoyed that they are still dicking around with this boy and not telling him anything. This is when he would bump into the Miss Ninja of round 2. So the one that has our three tails, Suigetsu, Gurin, and such and such. As he bumps into them, and he bumps into Gurin. Gurin scowls at Naruto as Naruto saying, Sunbai. As, her eyes widen as Naruto would walk away. They look at her, wait, what did he just say? He knows. Wait, what? He knows I'm a Jinchuriki. As they're scowling at Naruto confused. It's like, how does he know that shit? He should not know that shit, but he knows shit. As, this is when Isibu, the Third Tails, talks to Gurin, as she tells him, hey, that boy, he has demon chakra within him. I can't make out who it was, but it was quite a lot. As, they run through the thing with, Hidden Leaf. Who was their Jinchuriki? Because as far as they know, there is no information about the 7 tails and the 9 tails. So, they're wondering which one it could be. Because they know 2 tails and 8 tails are at the cloud. Stone has 4 and 5. And the mist had 3 and 6. While the sand had just the 1 tails. No one knows about the 7 tails. And the last known thing about the 9 tails is that, Minato killed it, supposedly. But they know they can't kill Jinchuriki. So, it was sealed away into somebody. They just don't know who somebody is. But maybe it was Naruto. Continuing on with the story, as Naruto, he just casually goes into his room, waits. It's fight day, as Kabuto would still drop out. Naruto would not give 2 fucking rat's asses, but due to an odd number of participants now there will be so one more time, as there will now be a person who would have to fight twice. And yes, I'm gonna make it Naruto because it has to be Naruto. As our first match, Naruto Uzumaki versus Tamari of the Sand. As Naruto just chuckles to himself, as he's there in the middle of the ring. Just as soon as they finish saying Tamari of the Sand, he seemed to have just been in there, and no one knows how. Just randomly blipping into existence. Which, for him, it was just half a second to do that, as his speed is increasing exponentially. And Naruto is surprised, because he's thinking that his time skip is on the verge of breaking through again. Maybe he could push it to 32 or 33 seconds. He's not entirely sure. But, I digress, as fucking hell, I wasn't trying to do that either. As Naruto proceeds to, and I do mean decimate Tamari, because Tamari, before she could even open her fan, Naruto had rushed in, and she had to block using her fan closed, when it's in that metal bar guard. And Naruto's single punch was able to indent and almost snap her fan. It pushed her back into the wall, causing her to slam into it. She coughed up some blood because a lot of force behind that one punch, and she even had her guard up. Her hands are fucking ringing and stinging. They feel like they're numb and on fire. Thousands of needles are going through them because, dear God, does her body just hurt all over. But her arms, they feel like they don't even exist anymore. What kind of punch was that? As, Naruto was a second away from bringing his boot to Tamari's chin. As then she says, I give up! As, Naruto's foot is in Tamari's face. As, Naruto's just saying, It's strange. As, Tamari's looking at him. She's terrified. As, Naruto puts down his foot. He actually extends his hand out towards her. She's curious on why he's doing this, but you know, Naruto's saying, "Come on, I'll help you up." As Tamari gives him a hand, like her hands, and she says she feels weird, her body hurts. As Naruto then proceeds to produce a giant, and I do mean giant metallic cross from his hand. Like his hand is glowing with green flames. Everyone is seeing green flames out of Naruto's hand. As then he lets it fall from his hand, causing chains to appear attached to the cross that wrap around Tamari, but not in a bondage-esque way, my guy. It wraps around her body, giving some distance as green chakra flows all over where it's wrapped around, and then, it slowly wraps and tightens, but not grips. Well, I guess tighten wouldn't be the right word, as it, slowly wraps and grips her, or she's damaged. The chakra glows around her body, and the chakra subsides, the chains disappear, the flames from Naruto's hands, it's also gone. As Tamari says, wow, she's healed. She's moving and stretching out her body. She starts to limber up almost. She's just saying, wow. She says she feels great. As, Naruto smiles at her. As he leaves, I do like Molly, but not that song. Nah. 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 Yeah, why not? I love that song, actually. As like I was saying, Naruto had completely bodied Tamari. Well, not bodied, but, he won the fight. Everyone's staring at Naruto as they're confused on how he was able to do something so badass. Orochimaru starts to lick his lips because he's still watching. Hold up. Pausing. I am back. And last thing I remember talking about specifically was Naruto decimating our opponent. So, he healed Tamari with the chains, and I'm trying to think what was the next fight I wanted to do. I got nothing. Damn. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this new What If. I'm gonna have to upload it now so I can, still get ready for work because I go to work at 2 o'clock. I will try and upload again later today, double upload, but I don't know. I can't promise 100% like I wish I could, but, I'm gonna try. I hope you guys have a good day. This is What If Naruto Became a Hitman, and I'm sorry that we're not at the actual Hitman part just yet. However, I feel like we're fine. And also, if, you guys want to, you guys don't have to, but a good, what if you guys could check is, see, this is confusing because I always get confused on how to say the YouTuber's name. So, I'ma just guide you guys. Wallpaper is an EDM artist called Jana. JVNA. Her physical name. Regardless, she's just one of the few people that I actually enjoy. Let's see. All for my subscriptions because frick. I know I passed it just a second ago. I'm like 99% sure I passed it, but hold up. Lower. Right here. Alright then. This is a fun one. What if Naruto merged with Kurama? A fun idea that he has. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna end it because at this point I have nothing else to talk about. I will, like I said, I will try, keyword is try to come back to record another thing. But if I don't, I'm sorry. However, I will admit that Izuku being in, Naruto's world, Isekai, or however you want to say it, that one, surprisingly might come up with a 4 parts, not 2 parts. So yeah. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Part 4 might be broken up into 2 parts. Maybe. Maybe. Keyword is maybe. I don't know. Guys, I'm hoping, I do mean hoping, to have like a decent schedule, but I have no promises. And I know that when February comes around, either shit gets really hectic and I have even less time, or I don't know. I just don't know. It's a day by day situation. So, have a good one.